Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for February 9th through the 15th, 2015. And as you can see, this week I'm using the Magical Messages for the Fairies deck by Doreen Virtue. I think if you've been listening to my readings before, you know this is one of my absolute favorite decks, but really when I do our weekly readings, I go as I'm guided. And I just saw this deck very clearly this week. So here we are. I have shuffled and pre-drawn 3 cards for our week this week. And let's see what the week has in store. Your wish is granted. And the message is what you've asked for is coming true. Now, right away what I'm hearing is keep imagining your wishes. So, for me, I have certain wishes. I want a nice house and, at some point a family that I'm going to put together by adoption. And even though I don't know exactly what that looks like, I imagine my future. And sometimes by us imagining our future, that's how we create them. And some of us have been imagining some great things right now, and they're coming to fruition. What they're saying is get out of your own way of trying to control the outcome, because I feel like it's going to be better than you imagined, better than you possibly imagined. And what I'm also feeling like is a message here is that some of you that have been wanting to have a spiritually based business, your dream is coming true and clients are going to come in the door. You are going to get there one step at a time. And for some of you, you will start doing readings and find that more people want your services. Actually, whatever your business is, if it's spiritually based, wonderful. But there's so many things in so many ways. Everything we do is spiritual. Whether you are a hairstylist or do some other sort of service, your wish is granted. If it's new job or self-employment or pregnancy or whatever it might be, your wish is granted. Even if you don't see evidence of it yet, know that it is on the way. Okay? I like that. All right, for the middle of the week, we have Easy Does It. And the message says, stop trying so hard to control everything and all the doors will open for you. Now, isn't that interesting? Because I said that with the Monday card. And they just want to remind you that when you do put your wishes out to the universe, if you constantly obsess about them, sometimes you're not getting out of the way so that they can manifest. So find some ways to do things that will help you relax, even if it's to read a book or watch a movie with no agenda. You need to take it easy on yourself. One thing that I did for myself this year, because I have a hard time I guess doing nice things for myself. I'm a giver, and a lot of us that are givers, it's hard for us to allow ourselves to receive, not only from other people, but for ourselves. And one thing I did is I joined a massage place where you can do a monthly plan. Not because I felt like doing something like that where basically I'm paying for it every month. Not only did I get a little bit of a discount in doing that, it's my way of staying on task and making sure that I get a massage every month, which is good for me. And it was hard to do at first, but I'm really glad that I do it every month because, it's automatically taken from my bank account. I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, I get a little bit of a discount doing it. And the best thing is it's some self-care that I'm doing. That I know that I will have a massage every month, which is good at stress relief, whether I can, immediately feel it or see it. It's better in the long run. They want me to continue to say that as humans, it's really hard for us to take care of ourselves, especially our bodies. I recently went and had a nutritional analysis, and I paid more money for basically a bunch of nutritional supplements than I had imagined I could. Not that I don't feel like I was robbed in any way. It was just more wow, this cost a lot. But maybe if I invest a little bit into my body now, it will benefit me more in the long run. And I just find it very interesting because I believe that we are souls in a body, and our body is our vehicle here on earth. And we have to treat it well. If it's breaking down and it's starting to feel bad, then, you know, sometimes it's harder to reverse once it's happened. So sometimes we should think about putting things into ourselves, whether it's with something like that, where it's an actual healing thing, or maybe it's just in something like having fun. I'm going on a vacation actually at the end of the week, which is all I'm going to say right now. I'll tell you more when I return. You know, I've been wanting to take a vacation for a long time, and I've had a lot of change lately. You know, I've moved, I've broke up with my boyfriend. It was amicable, but it's still not an easy transition. I changed my jobs, and it all kind of happened at once. And I don't, you know, I think in one of the recent readings I said is, watch out. When they talk about your wishes being granted, sometimes they come faster than you can imagine. And that might be through things somewhat falling apart. It won't be as bad as it has been in past years, but it doesn't mean that we don't feel it. And so I had planned this vacation in advance, but it couldn't have come at a better time. I know that you guys have heard me talk about that test that I've taken for work, and I took it last Monday, and surprisingly to me, at least, I failed it. It's a pass-fail test. You had to have a 72% of your answers right to pass, and I got 68%. And I walked into that test afraid. I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't be with something big like that? But knowing that I had studied, and I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. But let me tell you, after all of that studying, I need a break. I mean, I'll be able to retake the test. It will all work out. It will come to me when it's supposed to come to me. I feel like they also wanted me to tell you that story because sometimes when stuff like that happens and we can't figure it out, when we thought something would work out so well and all of a sudden it's like, what? I failed. Sometimes heaven does that as a way of protecting us from something, and we might not know why. And I think also as light workers, it's harder for us, the little things that don't work out. It's almost like they just sting more. And what they're really saying is easy does it with yourself right now. I still, you know, it's been less than a week. The first couple of days were a little rough for me after it didn't work out the way I planned. And now I still have my moments of like, gosh, I wonder why that happened. I was so close, but so far. And I may never know the answer, but I know that it'll all work out. Maybe it was just to make me to want it more. Or I don't know. Maybe that won't end up being a business I stay in. I don't know. But regardless, when something like that happens, when there's change, when there's not change, when you feel stagnant, when you're waiting for your dreams to come true, easy does it. Take care of yourself. Again, with the vacation, you know, vacation's another way of self-care, and it's hard for us to sometimes care for ourselves. But I had this inherent knowing that I needed to do that, to take the money to take the vacation, because it will do things to take care of myself and have an overall benefit better than I could even imagine. And sometimes what we need to do is rest and relax. And if you don't have the money to do something like that, to do some sort of self-care, there's still plenty of things that we can do for free. Maybe it's something as simple as taking a nap, as getting away for a day, as reading a book, or whatever it might be. But easy does it right now because you are sacred. Your body is sacred, and the well-being of you and the lack of stress or reducing stress in your life is important. It's essential to your well-being. And while you do stuff like that, the universe has time to work on those wishes that you have. Okay, for the weekend here, practice, practice, practice. And it says, With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Okay, the thing that I'm immediately getting the image of is my keyboard or my piano. I'm a musician among many things, and I right now have not played the piano in quite a while. And when, they say with this and with other things that sometimes when you rest, you rest. But I know that I was really good at it once. And if I wanted to get back in there and do it again, I would need to practice, practice, practice. Does that mean it would be good overnight? No. A lot of those musicians you see when they get up on stage and they're just genius, they're practicing a lot. You have to do that just like an athlete would have to practice to be in shape. And for you, if it's a spiritual practice that you've been wanting, which has come up a couple times in this reading, you have to put one foot in front of the other and take one step at a time. It's not going to become maybe the booming business overnight, because any business, when it starts anew, regardless of what kind, you oftentimes don't just put your shingle out and, have tons and tons of business show up. Sometimes it takes work to build a brand or to build a spiritual practice. So there's practice, practice, practice. That is this message just saying continue to do the work, to take guided action. While you're doing that, though, do make sure you take some rest or some breaks for yourself. And remember that your wish is being granted, whether it feels like it or not. I love each and every one of you. I thank you for tuning in with me each week. And I will talk to you again next week.